on YouTube for the Toyota Save Mart 350 here at the good old Sonoma Raceway. Welcome on in, everybody. Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic day. But we are getting in here. Apologize for being a little bit later than usual. Just had some stuff I need to get done before the stream, so get that all taken care of. We are here and ready for this one, so welcome on in. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're currently at commercial break. As I say, we should be seeing cars rolling on track when they get back from this one, because we are pretty close to the start of this one. Pretty big surprise, though, in qualifying. Shane Van Gisbergen not able to qualify inside the top 5. He ends up 6th. And so he did absolutely decimate yesterday's Sonoma O'Reilly Series race here. By clutch and coasting away to like a 10-second lead, I believe, near the end of the race. But yeah, that was insane. So we'll have to wait and see if SVG can find his way through the 5 cars ahead of him to find his way back to the front. Other guys who are starting up at the front that we expect to be kind of these road course ringer types. We got Allmendinger, we got McDowell. Hocevar and Gibbs are both really good just overall drivers, but both do have a tendency to perform extra good at road races. Then you got guys like Larson, Hamlin, who I feel like we, for the most part, kind of have overlooked to some extent. Alright, but yeah, there we go. We are locked in and ready for this one. Welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Let me just double check, make sure the audio is working, because... And there we go. We got cars rolling onto the track. Let's go. Logano up in the top 5 as well. That's another one. Or top 10, I mean. So, Ty Gibbs, Hocevar, row 1. Larson and McDowell, row 2. Let's go, Michael McDowell. Then we got, row 3 is SVG and Ross Chastain sharing row number 3. So, interesting to see a couple of Trackhouse teammates both having some success there. Allmendinger and Briscoe. The Trackhouse cars really have not shown a lot of speed this year with the loss of Daniel Suarez. Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano rounding out your top 10. Reddick and Austin Hill knocking on the door of that top 10, both being just outside of it. Row 6, a very competitive row right there. Hey, Kenneth, how's it going? I'm doing fantastic. Hopefully you are as well. And, we are doing fantastic. So, SVG has won 6 of the last 8 road races he's participated in, and I think they said 10 of the last 15, which would be insane if that's accurate. But we also know just how good SVG has been at the road races. He swept every road course race last year but one. I'll say Bell and Byron row 7. That's not too bad. Christopher Bell, a pretty good road racer. William Byron, another driver we expect to go forward. Busher, he's had some good runs here at Sonoma alongside Cup champion Ryan Blaney. Another Cup champion in row number 9. We've got car number 9, Chase Elliott, alongside Connor Zilic. Ryan Preece and John Hunter Nemechek will make up row number 10 here. Ryan Preece still looking to try and solidify find a charter for that car for next year. Alex Bowman and Daniel Suarez in row 11. Suarez looking to continue his hot streak here into the hills of Sonoma. Cindric and Zane Smith, row 12. A very good road racing group there. But also, in addition to the all the normal stuff that we usually talk about, we also have in-season challenge today. So let's go ahead and pull up the in-season challenge matchups. I did go ahead and throw together an almost certainly imperfect bracket. We'll see how that goes at the end. We got Bubba Wallace and Riley Herbst of 2311 teammates starting back in row 13 today. Josh Berry and Cole Custer, Todd Gilliland and Austin Dillon, some really rough starting positions here. Eric Jones going to the rear of the field, was supposed to start alongside Ty Dillon. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in row 17. Keselowski all the way back in row 18. He's going to have a long way to go from there. All right, let's look at our in-season tournament brackets here. We got... actually, let's see if we can get some. Let's see if we can get these on screen. Give me a minute, guys. They're showing some replays from qualifying here. I'm gonna see if we can get the in-season challenge up on the screen here. Nope, that was not what I meant to do. Boop. All right. Honestly, I just need to rearrange this thing a little bit. Alright. Web browser. Boom. $920 by 1080. Boop. Alright, let's see. Alright. Oh, do we not? Oh. Okay. Give me a minute. The URL didn't copy, so I had my title from the stream because I was copy and pasting it somewhere. There we go. Interact in the season challenge. Oh, come on. Alright, interact. Oh, come on. In-season challenge. Alright, let's be able to scroll. Okay, looks like that might be as good as we're gonna get it. We'll have a few feature matchups. Honestly, that text is so small. I don't even think you guys are gonna be able to see that. All right. Well, we will keep you guys updated on the tournament breakdown. I was gonna see if we get it, but I could not seem to get it in high enough fidelity to make it worthwhile. And let's just. Okay, it wouldn't have been terrible, but the fact that it would have only been 4 of the matchups out of what was it? 16 matchups here? We'll keep an eye on them. So we got Tyler Reddick and Bowman, 11th and 22nd place. We got Denny Hamlin and Ty Dillon, 9th and 31st, respectively, as we go green flags out. Oh, wow, I did not realize we were already ready to go green flag racing here. And Carson Hocevar off to a great start, jumps out to an early lead, gets clear of Ty Dillon nice and quick here. And here comes Michael McDowell all over the back bumper of the 2 youngsters at the front of the field. There we go. A nice, quick, early start here, jumping out to a lead. Ty Gibbs gets back around Carson Hocevar, though, as they were side by side. Ty Gibbs able to battle back through 9, and then down through the backstretch S's here. He's going to try and see if he can put a little bit of a lead here on Carson Hocevar. Meanwhile, Hocevar's got McDowell, his teammate, breathing all over his back bumper. And now looking up the inside goes Michael McDowell. McDowell to the inside. Hocevar is forced wide. And now he's got Kyle Larson on his inside. Meanwhile, 3 wide further back for position here. All right, we got ourselves a pretty good contest going here already through only the first lap. We got a lot of different drivers. It's weird seeing different styles of leaderboards every few weeks due to the new TV schedule where we go to TNT Sports for the next 5 weeks for the in-season challenge. But Hamlin and Logano dueling it out here for the for the 9th position a little bit further back here. Meanwhile, Mike McDowell breathing down Ty Gibbs' neck. Mike McDowell looks like he might want to lead this race here. An early lead would be an insane would be insane here for Mike McDowell to go ahead and get this lead. AJ Allmendinger already trying to move on Ross Chastain. Where has SVG gotten to? Did he go to a backup car and I just didn't know it? Oh, wait, no, sorry. He's in the... Sorry. Used to looking for him in blue colors, not orange. So there he is. He's right... because he's got the Red Bull colors this week. So he is right up there in 4th place. Alright, so there we go. As they finish lap number 2 here, Ty Gibbs able to lead the first 2 laps, but Mike McDowell is right there on that rear bumper looking for more here. Allmendinger does get clear of Ross Chastain and can now set his sights on Carson Hocevar. Here we go, though. We got SVG trying to take on one of the best in the business, Kyle Larson. Larson, one of the best overall drivers in this sport. SVG, one of the greatest road course drivers we may have ever seen hit the NASCAR scene. So that is awesome. Getting to see some great battles here. Meanwhile, again, McDowell continues to just stalk Ty Gibbs here for the number 1 position. The 2 of them, though, both really hoping that Larson and SVG can slow each other up and give them some room to breathe here. We do have only 25 laps in Stage 1. Then we have 30 laps in Stage 2 before a 55-lap final stage. So everything should be all good to go here. All right, there we go. Sorry, it was a long night, but we are here. We got everything going all right here. Ross Chastain got by Hocevar for the 6th position. Allmendinger up to 5th. Wow, Allmendinger's charging here. And SVG still has not gotten by Kyle Larson. SVG back to the back bumper of Kyle Larson as they head down through the backstretch S's here. And SVG just not able to really get a nose to the inside on Kyle Larson at any point here off of the second to last corner, turn 10. And down... wait, no, sorry, I was at the wrong one. They were at the top of the hill at 4A, I believe the corner is. But yeah, so now they're heading down the backstretch S's, and SVG still trailing Kyle Larson. If I'm Michael McDowell and Gibbs, I am trying to make a non-verbal agreement that, hey, let's work together here, try and figure out what we're doing. All right, here we go. We got, 3 wide. Logano on the outside of 3 wide there. Meanwhile, they're showing a replay of something that happened in the back. Not really sure what they were looking at there. But yeah, here we go. We got... Who is that beside Hocevar? That is Chase Briscoe. Really clean new paint scheme there. Columbia Bank for the number 19 car this week. Yeah, that is a really clean paint scheme. Gotta say, that is awesome. Love seeing some new fresh paint in the Cup Series. There we go. Looking at the inside, heading into turn 4A here for not Connor Zillich. That's SVG. Shane Van Gisbergen gets by Kyle Larson, and now will set his sights on the 2 guys at the front. McDowell and Gibbs you guys got to watch out here as they go to commercial break here. Yeah, they are off and running like there is no tomorrow here because SVG is coming. Question is, how long will it take SVG to arrive there? All right, let's see. Where is? While we're at commercial break, let's take a quick look at some of these in-season challenge ones. So, are there any that are actually close at the moment? Cindric and Kozlowski are both back 20th on back. We got we got not SVG. We got Busher and John Hunter Nemechek are only 4 spots apart, 17th and 21st respectively. 2.25 seconds between them. Let's say Christopher Bell and Chastain have about 2.25 seconds between them as well. You got Allmendinger and Briscoe both inside the top 10 here. 2.5 seconds between those guys. Let's see. Any other matchups that are close at the moment? Not really. Most of them are pretty well spread out. Say the John Hunter Nemechek Chris Buescher one just got to within 1.5 seconds of the battle, so that is picking up really quick here. We got still a really good contest going on here, and Kyle Larson just fell to AJ Allmendinger here. Allmendinger moving his way forward, trying to put some more gap between himself and Briscoe here for the in-season challenge. I will say the in-season challenge being at a road course should provide a decent amount of randomness without completely breaking it the way that the Atlanta race last year broke everybody's bracket round 1 by having a massive crash that took out half the field. And Hocevar holding off Denny Hamlin at the moment here, trying to hang on to this one. Not sure why the leaderboard is still showing Gibbs Hocevar at the front of the field. Hocevar is all the way back down just ahead of Denny Hamlin, so. Alright, they're back from commercial break. We are here and ready for this one. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this one. If you guys are enjoying the streams, by the way, let me know by leaving a like, subscribe if you guys are new. We've been doing these kinds of streams for a while now, and no signs of stopping anytime soon. We are full steam ahead. We're rocketing towards the playoffs. This in-season challenge should be an absolute blast. Alright, there we go. So, showing Allmendinger getting around Kyle Larson here, down into turn 11. Allmendinger just sends it up the inside on Larson and just same day shipping sends him up the corner. If I'm Larson, I'm looking for a chance to try and get Allmendinger back, or I'm putting that in my back pocket when we get later into the race and be like, hey, if the two of us end up in a situation where I can return the favor, I don't need to feel bad. Byron's got a new looking Exalta Flame scheme on the side of that thing. That's pretty cool. I feel like it's missing some darker colors, but all in all, I always love a flame job. So there we go. With Buescher dropping a spot here, he's dropped to 8th here. He's getting closer to John Nemechek. And Christopher Bell getting sent by Hocevar off into the dirt. So luckily, it looks like Christopher Bell was able to gather it back up from Hocevar, but again, that's another one of those things that these drivers got to put in the memory bank and will almost certainly remember the next time they're battling with that driver. Because, Christopher Bell just got sent off track by Hocevar, and I guarantee that he will remember that the next time Hocevar is in a vulnerable spot with him on his bumper. So, last 3 Sonoma finishes for Christopher Bell. 9th, 9th, and 5th. So, Bell has been really good here. That is not a record to scoff at whatsoever here. So SVG still a little. I say his last lap just a little bit faster than the leaders. Sits currently about 3 seconds behind Ty Gibbs, who has stretched out to about a second and a half lead on Michael McDowell for the lead of the race. And the question for a lot of drivers here is going to, or for a lot of the two drivers at the front, is going to be how long will it take SVG to run down Gibbs and McDowell for the lead? Because, as SVG's car is always kind of the one to beat at the road courses. Especially after what we saw from him last year at this track, where he absolutely just decimated the entire field. Because last year we came into this race thinking, okay, this is a very traditional NASCAR road course. Some of these NASCAR guys have thousands of laps here. Well, he hadn't turned a lap at Sonoma before, and he absolutely killed them. So, I think a lot of us, me included, thought SVG was going to be a force to win yet again this week, and so far he has not proven to be that. He qualified outside the top 5, which again is rare for him. Although the O'Reilly race yesterday, he reaffirmed that he is a monster at these types of tracks in the O'Reilly series, as he just drove straight away from the finish. What was the margin of victory last night? Let's see. First off, let's. Okay, official margin of victory over Zillage was only 1.3 seconds. Brent Cruz, 15 seconds back. So, still a long ways off for the rest of the field on SVG, but at least yesterday, one driver was able to keep it close with him in the form of Connor Zilic. But yeah, again, 15 seconds over everybody else is an insane metric. Now, I've not heard officially if Bell will be stepping out of the car at the first stage break or not here. We'll have to wait and see. Or at the first caution flag, we'll have to wait and see. As we've not gotten the caution flag yet, we'll have to wait and see, obviously. Oh! Did SV or did AJ Allmendinger just miss a shift or something? That definitely looked like, yeah. I say, AJ Allmendinger just pulled over and let Larson go. I mean, I guess putting some of that good karma in the karma bank there so that he can redeem that later potentially. But yeah, here we go. SVG. We talked about how long it would take him to catch him, and he has caught Michael McDowell. Car 71 here, just ahead of the 95 of SV, or the 97 of SVG. Alright, there we go. We're chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. So again, we're at commercial break here, side by side at least, so we at least have a camera on the battle for second place. SVG dueling it out with the 71 car here of Mike McDowell. McDowell doing a great job, doing everything he can to try and hold him off here. Alright, does look like their leaderboard has gotten figured out. So the leaderboard's at least accurate now. Alright, let's take another look at these instant challenge battles here. Ooh, Reddick and Bowman has actually gotten pretty close here. 2 seconds between them. Busher and Busher and Nemechek, they've separated a little bit. Ooh, Suarez and Gilliland, 0.2 of a second separating those two. Christopher Bell and Ross Chastain currently battling it out for 8th and 9th place. Is a battle for position here. And same thing with Briscoe, Allmendinger. Got a couple of battles for position inside the top 10 that are for those transfer spots. That's awesome. Ty Gibbs has the fastest lap of the day up to now. One other thing I forgot to get done before stream started. Getting out all of our podcast race picks put in here. All right, there we go. We got that updated. We got Daniel Suarez jumps on the pit road here with 10 to go on the stage. That's a little earlier than we would have probably normally been expecting him, but there we go. All right, so Daniel Suarez gets his pit stop in the middle of the stage. Is he going to try? Now, the real question, again, why wouldn't you try and wait a little longer? Unless you want, I guess in this case, he can get the adjustments, he can feel them out under the laps to the checkers on the stage. Problem is, then you're going to use up a lot of the good in your stuff. Which, if you just wait around, you will eventually get the good should come back to you anyway. Alright, so here we go again. We're just chilling out though. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. So Hamlin just ahead of Allmendinger. It seems like Allmendinger definitely has lost the handle just a bit. He lost his spot to Briscoe, which that's his in-season challenge opponent. For a second, I was like, wait. And I say, are the colors supposed to be their colors or the in-season challenge opponents? Because that'd be really cool if you actually had like each in-season challenge pairing had their own unique color. That way you could track who was battling who for position. But yeah, as a Priest versus SVG would be an awesome underdog story to see Priest get the win if SVG can't finish it off. But thing is, SVG is going to have an elite day, and so far it does not look like Priest is on pace for that kind of day. Ooh, and regular season points as they run. Hamlin only 3 points shy of Reddick as they currently stand here. Blaney, Blaney's 133 back, so still a long ways there. Gibbs, Larson are in a pretty tight points battle as it currently stands. Some pretty interesting runs at the front. Let's go ahead and skip around to ads and keep this one going. So yeah, they're talking about the in-season challenge now. Reddick and Bowman, 17th and 18th right now. Then you got Cindric and Keselowski, 9 spots apart. Suarez and Gilliland. Suarez still a long ways back as he's already made his pit stop. Elliott outdueling Gregson here by about by about 20 spots. Buescher and Nemechek dueling out for the 21st position. There we go. 21st and 22nd between those two. All right, here we go. Byron looking to get around the one car Ross Chastain for 11th here. Man, Almenair definitely seems like he is dropping. Not really sure what is wrong with that car, but... All right, let's see. All right, so yeah, let's say Almenair is talking about some sort of issue on the car. I don't know if he said his toe was sucking or the tire. But, yep, there we go. Most points scored this season on road courses, it's been AJ Allmendinger has been the point getter here. Question is, does he flip the stage here, or does he come in during the caution period when there will be a little less pressure? Well, I think that might just depend on if he's even in position for any points if he does stay out. Mike McDowell did lose a spot to Kyle Larson. So McDowell dropping just a few spots here. Still in a very good spot to advance here. Alright, there we go. Going to yet another commercial break. I feel like we've been to like 8 of these things already, and we're only 18 laps in. Or 18 laps complete, more so. Alright, there we go. Alright, yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Only 5 laps to go in the stage, and SVG has run down Ty Gibbs here at long last. So here we go. Ty Gibbs and SVG rounding turn 11 here. Coming back towards the start finish line to take 5 to go. 5 laps to go here. Again, these two drivers both absolutely crushing it right now. I'm kind of curious if we're going to see. I think SVG might stay out to try and get the stage points because he recently dropped out of the top 16 in points. I don't know if Ty Gibbs will, though. I think Ty Gibbs being safely up in the top 5 in points might opt to flip the stage for a better chance at contending at the end of the race for the win. But we'll have to wait and see here as we got 5 laps to go here. Down through turn 4 and coming back onto the back straightaway here through 5, 6. Then we got turn 7, 8, and 9 heading down towards turn 10. Turn 10, one of the fastest corners on this track, leading right into the slowest turn, turn 11, the hairpin. Only a little bit faster than Gibbs last time by, but still faster for SVG. The SVG slightly faster last lap than the leader. As of right now, though, Gibbs does still hold the fastest lap award, which is kind of impressive here as we've gotten through this. But again, SVG is right there, ready to pounce the second Ty Gibbs makes any kind of mistake. We got a couple of drivers on pit road here. Connor Zilich, Austin Hill both jump on the pit road here as we're getting ready for the as we got 4 laps to go in the stage. Next time by will be the last chance anybody has. Aside from SVG and Gibbs, if SVG and Gibbs come to pit road, they can wait an extra lap or 2. But here we go, coming by the start finish or coming by pit road entry, and nope. Okay, I thought SVG may have pulled into the pits because I didn't see him in the photo right behind Ty Gibbs, but they was just too narrow of an angle. All right, let's see who is coming. Nobody in the top 7, not 8th. 9th place, Ryan Blaney, the first driver to come to pit road, and William Byron's going to follow him along with Chase Elliott. Yeah, looks like Chastain and a couple others coming on to pit road. Chastain, Allmendinger, Logano, Reddick, Cindric, all going to try and flip this stage along with many more. So there are quite a few drivers flipping the stage here. Again, if I'm Gibbs, I think I'm flipping the stage. If I'm SVG, I think it's impossible not to. I think you have to stay out if you're SVG, considering the fact that you need every point you can get to get into the playoffs. And this is your last really good shot to gain some points, being the last road course of the year. I mean, even if it means you have to sacrifice the finishing position a little bit, I think it's ultimately worth it for SVG, where he needs every point possible. Although, obviously, if you sweep the stages and the race. What? All right, Larson and SVG both get onto pit road, and Briscoe gets there too. Hamlin jumps to it as well, and pit road is closed. All right, so I was pretty convinced that SVG had to stay out and get the stage points. Gibbs stays out to close the stage, and SVG comes to pit road. All right, does he think the end of race points are too valuable to give up a shot as a better chance to win the race just for a few stage points? Because again, right now you need to get off that bottom 16 in points. But you gotta get back inside the top 16 in points more specifically, so that you can compete for the championship. Because there's no more just winning a road course race being enough. And again, right now SVG rejoins the track right in front of Riley Herbst and the 43 Eric Jones. It has been a long day already. So Ty Gibbs has a 12 to 13 second lead right now. Michael McDowell out in. The fact that Michael McDowell didn't come to pit road, I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's the same argument I used for SVG. Currently, Michael McDowell's on the outside looking in and needed some points to stay out. So that explains why he stayed out. Wow, SVG. Okay, I guess I can understand why SVG came to pit road if he knew he could pit and still come out inside the top 10, knocking on the door of the top 5. As here we go. The 54 Gibbs just continuing around these corners as fast as he can. All right, here we go. Rounding the final corner. It's Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs, 14-second lead over Christopher Bell for the lead. As he comes across the line, Ty Gibbs wins stage number 1. And second place on the stage is. Come on. Where's Christopher Bell? Come on, he's got to be coming across soon here. Let go to a different advertisement before that. Alright, there we go. I'm going to take some stuff upstairs and we'll be right back, guys. I'm going to run a quick ad break and we'll be back in a short minute. we're back. I'm guessing since Bell held his track position, he didn't relinquish the driving duties on under this first yellow flag of the day. As I would still assume that Brent Cruz has a good chance of ending up there at some point. Alright, well, Hey, Trev, how's it going? Alright, we are back. I was just getting everything set up. Say we are going to be getting ready for this resumption of stage. As we get ready to start the second stage here. Say SVG chose to flip the stage. He is now leading his first laps of the day after not leading after Ty Gibbs led the first 25 laps uncontested, or at least uncontested in terms of who actually led the laps. Say Hocevar got the lead from him in the first half of lap one, but lost the lead down the back half of the course. And then SVG wasn't able to catch Ty Gibbs till after the pit stops occurred. There we go. Got that all set up and ready for this one. And as I say, SVU was my pick for the day, so there we go. Gotta love seeing that. Alright. Yeah, we're just chilling out. They got Jimmy Johnson on the bench here, talking about the battle for the regular season points lead as, again, from Watkins Glen to now, Denny Hamlin has been able to reel in Tyler Reddick by a ton. To the point where, as they currently run, Tyler Reddick is actually lost the points lead and has lost it significantly if Denny Hamlin continues to run inside the top 5 and Reddick finishes round about where he is right now. Alright, well. Oh, and they got the hood up on Reddick's car here. That could be really bad. Especially for the in-season challenge. Did I have Reddick advancing? First off, who's Reddick versing? Bowman? Yeah, I probably had him advancing. In-season challenge, let's see. Yeah, so I had Reddit going all the way to the semis against Chase Elliott. Then I have SEG advancing 1 week and then getting knocked out by Blaney. Well, I'm really curious to see how this ends up going here. Alright, so here we go. Green flag's out. We are back to racing, and let's get going here. SVG out in front of the field for the first time today. Kyle Larson, Briscoe, Hamlin, Blaney are going to be in hot pursuit here, trying to catch up, trying to see if they can make some actual progress on the field. Meanwhile, again, this back half of the field is an absolute cluster, as it usually is, and it is going to be rough for the guys who tried to stay out to get some track position. Your Bells, your Ty Gibbses of the world. They're going to have a really tough time trying to move their way through all that traffic. So we're going to have to wait and see how they progress through that. We'll check in on them in a bit. But again, SVG out in front of the field. He's going to try and set sail out in front of the field here at Sonoma Raceway. Let's go ahead and skip another round of this. Hey, Double, how's it going? All right, so there we go. We got a battle here side by side. Hamlin versus Byron. Byron runs Hamlin kind of wide near the fence there, but they managed to keep it going. Hamlin gets back up the inside. Not going to be able to get there as he's trying a little too hard. It looked like to maybe hold off / almost getting turned by the 88 of Zilich there in 7th. As he had Zilich all over his rear bumper. It's hard to tell if he was trying to block Zilich or if he was just getting loose on the front bumper of him because he was close to spinning him out. But regardless, it did not allow the driver of the the driver of the 11 was not able to make a move on the 24. And now Zilich in the 88 has actually made a move on Hamlin for 7th place, and Connor Zilich takes that spot and is going to now be looking for a spot in that top 5. Making moves. Alright, so there we go. In-season challenge for Denny Hamlin is Ty Dillon. That should be a pretty easy one. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'd been meaning to get the shave and haircut in, but just hadn't found the time for it. So there we go. And Zilich having a really rough stretch of races these last 3 weeks. 37th at Michigan, 37th at San Diego, and sandwiched in the middle there with a 23rd at Pocono. I'm going to say, the kid still doesn't have a top 10 finish on his NASCAR Cup career here. And AJ Allmendinger just shoves the 22, his former car, out the way. AJ Allmendinger, former driver of the Penske 22, just shoves it out the way, and Joey Logano is going to lose a few spots there. As Logano is trying to get back in line, and AJ Allmendinger up into 9th place here after that one. We got Larson right on the back bumper of SVG. SVG has not been able to set sail to a lead yet. The question is that by choice, or is that just the fact that his car really is not all that much faster than everybody else's? He looks human. He still does not have the fastest lap of the day. He doesn't even have the fastest lap of the top 3, as Chase Briscoe actually has a faster lap than him. And Briscoe still isn't faster than what Ty Gibbs put up on the lead earlier, so we'll have to wait and see here. Tyler Reddick 4 laps down. Oh no. That is going to be disastrous for Tyler Reddick in his in-season points, his in-season challenge round. So that Tyler Reddick thing is probably going to bust most people's brackets. Although picking Bowman would not have been overly crazy, but picking against Tyler Reddick this year would be insanely crazy. But yeah, I also like I like the less hair because it also allows me to actually wear a hat more comfortably. Because with all my hair, it really didn't make wearing hats overly useful. And well, just picked up a brand new hat down at Pocono, the KB Memorial hat. So picked up that, and I picked up a Butterbean hat. So want to be able to rep some of my guys when I'm either out at the track or potentially even here when I'm broadcasting a truck race. I'll probably be repping some Butterbean merch. But yeah, here we go. A lot of people moving their way up through here. We got the oh no, the 45 of Reddick is still stuck in the pits here. A mechanical issue of some kind, and it looks like Tyler Reddick is essentially done for the day here. They are gonna try and get this thing back out there, but this is gonna be a really rough one if Bowman manages to complete the second stage. Because if Bowman makes it through the first and second stage, it's gonna be really tough for Reddick to catch him on laps. Speaking of catching him on laps, Denny Hamlin absolutely storming the front of the field here. His last lap was about 8 tenths better than what the rest of the field just put up. So there we go. Ooh, SVG did just put down a pretty big heater lap though this past time by. 93.04. I don't remember if that was better than what Ty Gibbs had, but I'll say I don't know if that's going to be enough to take the crown of the fastest lap of the day. Let's see. Nope, Ty Gibbs still holds it. So Ty Gibbs does still hold the fastest lap of the day. We'll have to keep an eye on that one throughout. But here we go. Bubba Wallace making a pass on Ross Chastain for 10th here. I will say the pace of this race is insanely quick. I mean, again, we're already through the first, we're through 35 laps here already. Yeah, out of 110. We got 20 to go in this second stage, and then we'll be half down, half to go. Alright, well, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Thank you. Alright, so yeah, here we go. Again, we got working our way through this one here. Looks like Zane Smith having an awkward encounter there with the 2 car of Cindric. Oh, they got Ryan Priest and Busher in their little race car beds. That's pretty cute. That's an awesome commercial. All right, SVG is starting to stretch the lead out, and he takes the fastest lap of the day. There we go. That's what we were looking for. I don't know. I mean, honestly, it felt like SAG might have just been toying with the field for the first stage, and then because again, he just turned the fastest lap of the day. This past lap, turning a 93.2 mile an hour lap, and he's gonna start to stretch the field. It looks like because the more you can stretch the field, the more pressure you can put on them to have to pit a lap earlier at the end of the stage if they want to try and flip it, giving him a whole extra lap, maybe two, to decide if he wants to flip the stage or not, based on based on where the data says he'll come out of the pits. Ryan Blaney, though, right on the back bumper of Briscoe here, trying to make this three-way battle for second. Man. I was say Ty Gibbs has made his way back up to 15th. He is charging his way through. It's just not going to be enough at this pace here. Yeah, Briscoe all over the back bumper of Larson, trying to make this one happen. Oh, Bubba Wallace using the runoff area. Not sure what happened there. Alright, but yeah, there we go. Bubba Wallace using the short version of the course. I believe that might be I want to see why he ended up over there in the first place. Because yeah, you can't really be over there and gaining spots. Man, this 19 all over the back bumper of the 5, still trying to put that pressure on Larson. And oh wow, it's like Bubba Wallace just overshot it, went and made his complete stop, and went on. All right, well, hey, credit to him. He made the complete stop and rejoined the racetrack. So he followed the rule as it's intended. Made the stop in the runoff area. All right, so there we go. Gonna do any local dirt tracks? I meant to be at the dirt at up at Unity last week, but just ended up being too tired after work. I did end up sleeping right past the time I would need to be up and going. But yeah, I'm hoping to be up there. Yeah, not sure if we'll do live or if I'll do just kind of posting some clips and highlights from the track. When I do clips and highlights, I can get it to avoid the shaking, which is weird with YouTube live streams when I'm live streaming on mobile. The constant like shaking that really bothers me, and some of you guys have definitely mentioned it to me, the amount that the stream shakes. What is Unity Raceway schedule anyway? I haven't seen the schedule post, or at least I don't remember it. Let's go to, because I know I want to make sure I'm there for the sprint cars. So the fact that the UNI Raceway looked like it was going to be rained out too definitely did not help. But so they did get all the racing in, so congratulations to them. Alright, so here we go. Again, we're working our way through this one. SVG out to almost a 2-second lead over Larson. Wow. So I'm seeing the schedule. Wow. They did not make it very easy to find the schedule here. So I know they posted it because I have seen the photo existing. And we are also just over halfway through stage number 1 here. Alright, I'm back to their Thanksgiving post. Thought they had posted the schedule. Alright, I guess I haven't seen the local schedule, the Unity Raceway schedule for this for the upcoming weeks. I know dirt sprint cars usually are coming up at some point. Usually they have a race in July, in early to mid July, and then a second race in September. All right, here we go. Let's lock back in though on the NASCAR race. Here we got. Right now, they're a commercial break showing Mike McDowell versus Joey Logano for not even sure what spot that is. Is that inside the top 10 at least? Please tell me McDowell's fighting for a top 10. Logano not in the top 15. Great. Logano and McDowell are fighting for like 18th and 19th. It looks like. Wow. And say Briscoe did just get by Kyle Larson though for second, but the gap first second is now a total of 3 seconds out in front of the field. Goes SVG. And say we're also starting to get towards that part of the laps where we're getting to 10 laps to go on the stage. Once we get to 5 to go, that's when Bubba Wallace runs wide! Bubba Wallace runs way wide out on the dirt. Able to rejoin the track, but lost a lot of spots right there. And we got another one, another 2311 car. This time it's Riley Herbst running wide and ending up off course. So 22 Logano continuing to slide further and further back, it looks like. But yeah, man. Alright, so yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Back from commercial break. There we go, full screen. There's that number 33 zone car. Makes me sad every time I see it. But here we go. And say, if you guys would like to see me try doing some live at the track stuff, I can try it, but I cannot promise that. And say, I can not promise that shaking isn't going to be there because, again, YouTube mobile live streams are, for whatever reason, always seem to shake like that. I've done it where I've set up a camera on a tripod when doing a mobile, or my phone on a tripod when I did the live stream, and it still shook like that. So, yeah, if you guys want to just see highlight videos, I can also see about doing some of those for you guys. But yeah. I will say, Friday nights definitely don't make things a lot easier with the early morning the next morning. But, yep. But I do want to get back to the dirt track. And hey, Tyler Reddick back on track. Let's go. He's probably way too many laps down to make anything happen here. Tyler Reddick is only 6 laps down, so if Bowman has a wreck anytime within the last 6 laps of the race, Reddick could still pull this one back. And in fact, he'll get a lap back from the free pass, so he really only needs that. And say he'll be in this thing to the final 4 or 5 laps, as long as nothing else goes drastically wrong. And Kyle Larson has fallen back behind Connor Zilich now. Zilich in 4th, making his way up through there. And yeah, Connor Zilich not a part of the in-season challenge this year, as he has just not had a good enough start to his season to make it into that top 30 top 32 conversation for it. But next year, I expect he'll be a part of this. He might even be one of the top 10 seeds next year if he can figure out this whole finishing thing. They're talking about the in-season challenge numbers. Let's see if there's any in-season challenges that are close. We got Bell versus Ross Chastain. Only one car between them in the 12th position. We got Briscoe and Allmendinger. We've been tracking those two near the front of the field, but Briscoe up in second. He's probably safe. Zane Smith holds a 2-spot lead over Hocevar. I had Hocevar making it through a round or two. Let's see. Definitely had Busher over Nemechek. That one's a little bit of a surprise right now. Keselowski versus Cindric dueling it out at for 14th and 15th right now. Meanwhile, they were the 16 and 17 seeds, respectively, which is kind of funny. And then we got the 6-lap battle between the 1 seed Reddick and the 32 seed. And that one is going to take a miracle for Reddick to get back in this thing and outduel Bowman. Bowman having a halfway decent day in the 20s. Meanwhile, Reddick is 6 laps behind the race. He'll get one of those back at the stage. And then, yeah. And so they're talking about the odds of flipping the stages. And yeah, I think if you want to win this race, you got to flip stage 2. But I also think that if SVG looks at the numbers and says, hey, if you pit now, you're going to not earn stage points, that could be a really big reason why he may say out. Because again, he's currently on the outside looking in at the chase points. So we'll have to keep an eye on that throughout this one. And here comes Blaney knocking on the door of the top three. Actually, knocking on the door of the second place finisher right now. Yeah, you got Briscoe versus Blaney dueling it out for second place. About to get interesting. And you got Zillage right on their back bumper, too. Only about 7 seconds off the lead. So, as a SVG just coasting away to a lead here. And this is why we pick SVG. Here comes Ryan Blaney up the inside. On Briscoe, gonna see if he can take this spot from Briscoe, and he clears himself in front of Briscoe there. Nice, clean, easy move, but will it make much of a difference is the real question. 6 laps to go on the stage, and we go to yet another commercial break. Alright, here we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so yeah, again, I feel like we've had a lot of commercial breaks today for the amount of racing we've had. They've all been side-by-side commercials, so I'll give them credit for that, but feels like we've had a lot of commercial breaks. And obviously, I know that we can't have it quite like how we had it for the Amazon Prime races, but there we go. All right, 4 laps to go, coming to 3 to go. I think you gotta pit this time by if you're looking to pit and flip the stage. All right, so let's see. Coming back from commercial break here, showing the wineries and the grape vineyards out here in Northern California here. And again, if you're coming in, I think you gotta come to pit road this time by if you're gonna flip this stage. And these guys do not. I was like, are they gonna try and do it again? Oh boy. I'm SVG. I'm definitely considering blinking, but honestly, if I can force the rest of the field to jump onto my strategy. Alright, Keselowski McDowell comes to pit road. Priest comes to pit road. Alright, we got fuel them. Good. Bowman does not. Ty Dillon does not. Custer does not. Gillen does not. Alright, Michael McDowell down and away with his pit stop. Okay, I guess I was unaware as to where on the track SVG was. Because again, he's got a 10-second lead right now. Alright, so now SVG is about to take 3 laps to go. And this is your big opportunity for any of these other drivers to come to pit road, and few of them are. Here comes Briscoe, Larson, Hamlin, Byron Elliott coming down as well. Looked like maybe Suarez. Hard to tell when they're coming by you that quickly. Oh no, that was Nemechek. Sorry, Nemechek, not Suarez. And Hosvar came in as well. So we do have a fair amount of people coming to pit road, but a lot more of them that aren't pitting. Again, SVG will have the opportunity to come to pit road if he so chooses here. He'll be the only one, though, with an opportunity right now because Ryan Blaney being 11 seconds back is going to be up to him. Dylan Custer and Gillendahl have come in to flip the stage as well. Bowman did. Stenhouse Jr. did. Barry. All right, so there was another batch a little bit further back that decided to flip the stage. And here comes SVG, going to flip the stage and see if he can make this one happen. As I think what the rest of the field is asking is his pit stall before the start finish line. Yeah, here we go. Here comes Blaney Zilich jumping onto pit road here last minute, and Ty Gibbs stays out to go ahead, and he is going to try and close pit road. I believe it is going to be it is going to be Ty Gibbs leading here. So I believe SVG I believe did. Nope, it was Ty Gibbs that jumped ahead and closed the stage. So Ty Gibbs out in front of the field here, while SVG will try and rejoin the field here and see where he comes out. All right, 2 laps to go in the stage. Let's see how far SVG can carry himself and if he's going to try and push. Again, he's on fresh tires. He probably should be cautious, but hey, if you can jump up a few more points, grab yourself 2, 3, 4 more points, that could be the difference between making the playoffs and not. Still got to find consistency, which you haven't been able to demonstrate yet, but we will wait and see here. So we got Gibbs, Bell, Allmendinger, Cindric, Chastain, Zane Smith. Let's actually check our fantasy lineup, make sure. Oh, no, I've got Reddick in my garage. I'm good. All right, here we go. 1 lap to go here for Bell and Gibbs. Christopher Bell closing in on the back bumper of Ty Gibbs. All right, so again, right now, Gibbs is doing a great job to try and earn some stage points. I just question the decision over securing the finish of the race. Because especially where he didn't flip stage number 1. Yeah, so now he's stayed out for both. He did get 20 stage points, but is that going to be worth it compared to how far he'll be down the rest of the day? Allmendinger, Bell, Allmendinger, Cindric, Chastain, Zane Smith, running out your top 6. Here comes SVG for 7th. 8th will be Zilich. 9th, we got Briscoe, and rounding out your top 10 will be Blaney. Kyle Larson in 11th will round out your top. Will be your first driver to finish without stage points there. Let me see if does Unity have like a website to go to, or do they just have the Facebook page? Events. Here we go. Do you have upcoming? Alright. There we go. Alright, so there we go. They got it. So we're at full screen commercial break. You guys not missing anything. Alright, there we go. We are just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. I'm curious to see what the stage ends up looking like once we finish flipping this stage here. So the fact that we're halfway done in under an hour and a half is actually pretty impressive. And that means theoretically we're on pace to complete this race in about 3 hours, which is really good race pace there. Okay, so July 4th is a Saturday. Dang it. Did not realize July 4th was a Saturday. That's going to be unfortunate. So we got ARCA on Friday, Saturday is O'Reilly, and then Sunday for Cup. We'll definitely be doing Cup. O'Reilly will probably be a last minute decision, as it kind of usually is. And then ARCA is an almost certainly no this week, just because I do want to try and get to the dirt track. All right, Gibbs wins the race off pit road. Allmendinger, Cindric, Jones, Bell losing 4 spots on pit road. Wow. Oh, Bell slid through his pit box too. Yikes. That's a mistake. Alright, we're still under commercial break. You guys are not missing a thing here as we are just working our way through this one. Alright, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody is having a good time. Alright, back from commercial break. Here we go. Are we getting choose cone? Nope, not choose cone this time. Everybody's going to one side. Everybody's had a chance to come down and pit. Ty Gibbs Bell, the only two drivers to earn significant points today. The only two drivers to get into the double digits. But now they're going to have to come from way deep in the field. Tyler Reddick does get one of his laps back, so he'll only be 5 down now. Still in need of a Bowman incident for Bowman to give him some laps back here. And honestly, the lack of any caution flags really kind of hurt him. Because on each one of those caution flags that we do end up getting, he gets a chance to try and catch a lap back. But where we haven't had a single caution yet, I'll make that pretty tough. All right, here we go. Green flags out. We are back to racing here. SVG versus Zilich on the front row. Row 2 is Blaney and Briscoe. Everybody else is going to be trying to chase. And here we go. As we get up the hill, Connor Zilich holds on to a runner-up spot here. Him and SVG 1-2 at the front of the field. And now the question is, can they just run away? Because, again, this is going to be your two cars kind of to watch here is SVG and Zilich, the two road ringers from Trackhouse here. Trackhouse could potentially get their first 1-2 of the season. Not sure if they have enough, if Chastain has enough in him to try and make it a 1-2-3. That would be a really impressive 1-2-3 if we could see that, but at the moment it is Briscoe, Blaney, and Larson, the rest of the top 5. Mike McDowell, though, back up to the top 10. There we go. Love seeing Mike McDowell hanging out up there. Well, let's see where Ty Gibbs has ended up. He's cycled to 20th at the moment. Yeah, so the fact that he's in 20th is not going to help him out too much, although he could be worse. In fact, right now, according to the screen they're showing on the TV, oh, nope, there we go. He just jumped up into the 20th position. I was going to say, it wasn't matching my one I have on my phone. But now it is. Alright, so here we go again. Connor Zilich out. The only driver running right behind. Oh, spin and crash! Caution flag flies for the first time today for a non-stage, and we've got ourselves a yellow flag. Yellow, yellow, yellow. So, SVG and Zilich, they tried getting out of there, and all of a sudden we've got ourselves our first caution flag of the day. Reddick, you get another lap back. And say, all you need is a few more of those, and you'll be able to contend for the race win again. Imagine if Reddick comes back to win this after all this that they've been through. As they bumming up in 13th, it's going to take quite a bit for Reddick to try and get back up there, though. If Bowman doesn't run into trouble. But at least now he's got a couple extra laps to try and get it in. And say, still can't really tell what happened there from these camera angles that they're showing. So, looks like Barry, Gregson, and Bubba Wallace are involved. All right, here we go. On board with Daniel Suarez. And the 21's already gone around by the time we get to him on that camera. Can we find one that shows what actually got the 21 car spun around? Alright, well, we got ourselves yet another caution flag here. Alright, yellow flag comes out. We are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Oh, man. Just trying to stretch the legs out a little bit here. Alright, there we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out. Alright, I think I'm gonna get some more water here while we got a caution flag. I will be right back, guys. Alright, we're back. As they go green flags out, we are back to racing just in time. Got myself my water, and we are ready to go racing here. Briscoe versus Zilich is going to be interesting here, as looks like Zilich may have lost second place here, at least for the moment, to Briscoe, as they climb the hill towards turn 3, through 3 and 4 here. Michael McDowell making some good points up here. Ty Dillon up to 13th. He's gaining some spots here. Meanwhile, Denny Hamlin, again, that's an interesting battle. I just found out that I was just going through my bracket and completely forgot I actually did take the... oh, spin! Is that Denny? Denny Hamlin goes around! Denny Hamlin goes around! I had just checked my in-season bracket prediction. I'd completely forgotten. I actually left the meme pick in there of Denny Hamlin getting beat by Ty Gibbs, and there, or not Ty Gibbs, by Ty Dillon, and there it goes. Reddick's, Reddick hasn't been doing too great today. That one could still bust my bracket, but Denny Hamlin goes for a spin and Ty Dillon up into the top 10. There we go. In-season tournament prediction, let's go. All right. Oh, and we got Todd Gillen stuck, stopped there on track. That's not great. I have him advancing over somebody. Who did I have him advancing over? Let's see. Todd Gilliland. I have him over Suarez. Where is Suarez at? Because Suarez hasn't been having a great day. 27th. Okay, so Gilliland could still get up to that. It's not an impossible goal, but man, Denny Hamlin getting just spun there. That is insane. Alright, so here we go again. SVG out ahead of Briscoe, Zilich, Blaney, Larson. Again, looks like the top 10 is pretty well stabilized here. Now that Denny Hamlin went and spun, we've kind of stabilized now. It's been a lap or so. Ty Gibbs up to 13th here. Cindric's up to 16th, and I don't see... Oh, spin! We got Chase Elliott going around. A lot of spins going on here, but everybody's been able to keep it collected and going back racing here. Oh, and John Hunter Nemechek goes around. Everybody's spinning out here. Did someone let someone put some oil on the track or something? Because we are sliding away here. Oh, man. Seriously, did someone put an oil slick on the track? Because we got drivers spinning out left, right, and center here. As I say, we're very shortly into this stage, and again, Elliott spins. All right, let's see. What about these in-season tournament brackets? We got Reddick's only 4 behind now. Denny Hamlin is 11 seconds behind his opponent, Ty Dillon. Then you got Cindric, who is 1 spot behind Brad Keselowski. I need Brad Keselowski to drop that 1 spot to Cindric. I need Eric Jones to advance over Logano. That's one that I picked. That I know for sure. We got Briscoe over Nemechek. I like that. Even though they're both way further down than I thought they would be. We got the Gillen Suarez thing that we got to figure out. Hosfar is above Zane Smith. That's how I have them picked. Bell over Chastain. I think I took Toyota. When in doubt, take Toyota from this year. Briscoe versus Allmendinger. I don't remember if I did Briscoe or Allmendinger. Byron over Stenhouse. I think I took Byron in that situation. I definitely took Larson over Herbst. Definitely took Gibbs over Dillon. Bubba over McDowell. McDowell over Bubba, I mean, yep. SVG over Priest. Priest is up to 8th place, though. Credit to him, but SVG has a 1-second lead on the field at the moment. It's not more than that. Kind of surprised. Elliott, after that spin, still ahead of Noah Gragson by 2 seconds. And then Ryan Blaney holds a 9-second lead over Josh Berry for his spot. So, in-season tournament bracket matchups are definitely a little bit crazy today. Mm. Man. Well, let's see what we got going on here. Again, talking about Ty Gibbs versus Austin Dillon. That matchup is not even really close because Austin has been hanging out in the back 30 and from 30th on back most of the day here. Gibbs has earned 20 stage points and now he's back up in the top 10. He could realistically have a really good points today. I mean, 20 points, it's hard not to have a pretty good points day with that, but I say, if you can get up there, if you can manage to sweep the day, that would be really impressive there for Gibbs. Does not have the fastest lap of the day at the moment. In fact, currently, I believe that is held by Zilich, maybe? Is that really Zilich holding the fastest lap? 1 second. No, John Hunter Nemechek has the best lap of the day. What? John Hunter Nemechek currently holds the best lap of the day record for that point. That's insane. Looks like we're getting ready to go to another commercial break here. Nope, not going to commercial break. We're keeping this one going. Nope. Oh, yep, we are going to commercial break. They looked like they couldn't make up their minds there for a minute. Alright, well, we're just chilling out here currently under a side-by-side commercial break. Not sure who that battle is. Is that... Oh, that's the 19 of Briscoe holding off 88 of Zilich there for second. So I love seeing a good battle like that. Zilich putting on a real challenge here to the back bumper of the 19. There we go. Alright, we're coming back from commercial break here. This is a really good race going here, honestly. SVG with a 79% chance to win Sonoma. Wow. I was saying, and then people started fading him immediately, dropping it down to 78, then back up to 79. I'll say it is cool to see live betting odds being shown and seeing them adjust on there. All right, here we go. Oh, Bowman up into the top 10. There we go. Bowman doing well. Nice to see Bowman doing well. But yeah, right now, though, you got Priest moving up the hill, trying to make a move on Byron here for the 7th position. Again, Priest is doing an amazing job trying to represent himself here in this round of 32 for the in-season tournament. Unfortunately, he drew the Terminator SVG as his first round opponent. If he could have drawn any other person, he would have had a really good fighting chance to get there. He moves up to 7th here, now putting his eyes on Michael McDowell there for the next spot. All right, so here we go again. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time enjoying watching this, but we are currently working our way through this one. We got Ty Gibbs trying to make a march through the top 10, trying to get to the back bumper of William Byron at the current moment. Bell, one of the big movers since the restart. Gibbs and Chastain all up 9 or more spots each. Christopher Bell up 12 spots since the restart, up to the 12th position. Just continuing to march on forward here. Byron in 8th. Ty Gibbs in 9th. Ty Gibbs, though, deep into the braking zone of turn 4. And he manages to hang on. Byron hangs on to that spot, but Ty Gibbs is going to continue to just flow through these S's with an absolute precision here. Speaking of absolute precision, SVG continues to just lay down lap after lap. Just insanely fast laps here. Yeah, starting to really gap the field. He's got about a 2-second lead over Briscoe. That barring another caution flag or 2 or 3, we're not going to see this one go our way. Alright, here we go. They're talking about last time everybody came to pit road. Everybody can make it pretty easily from here on fuel. So the question is, when do you blink and make that final pit stop? Say, if I'm one of these other drivers, I'm wanting to be one of the first people jumping on pit road, trying to draw the rest of the field down with me. Alright, well, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Well, let's start up to 12th. There we go. There's a notable name. We got Keselowski and Cindric. Those two dueling it out for this round of 32. They're duking it out here. And so SVG continuing to just be smooth through these corners, including that last hairpin. So here we go. They're showing the elevation change between the bottom of the hill and the top of the hill. He's up nearly 100 feet, 110 feet up from where the start finish line is. 120 feet up for SVG right now. 130, 140, 155 feet up. I believe that is the highest point on the track. And now it's just an acceleration race down through the rest of the track as he heads to the back half of the circuit. Here we go. Gibbs making a pass here on Priest. There we go. Ty Gibbs making a march here for the front. But yeah, I'd love to see someone start this pit cycle off here, see what they can get done. Alright, here we go. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Say, do we see someone try and break it up in half roughly by pitting at lap 25 through 28? Because 25 through 28 would break it up pretty close to half here. I think 27 and a half would be exactly in half. I think if you break it up pretty close to half, though, you might be able to catch some of these guys off guard. As long as you don't catch your own pit crew off guard, we should be good. Alright, let's skip around the ads for you guys. Alright, here we go. Here comes Tyler Reddick to pit right. Well, he's multiple laps now, so it's not going to make a major difference there. Come on. Tyler Reddick came. Somebody else has to be thinking about it. Fast as that, John Hunter, Nemechek, Tyler Reddick, and Michael McDowell, the top three. Wow. That's pretty impressive. If Nemechek, McDowell, and Reddick can all jump up into that fastest lap category over SVG, that's impressive. Here we go. Chase Elliott comes to pit road. There's our first contender. Oh, he spun out earlier. He might not have been running too well either, so he might not be enough to drag the rest of the field. Alright, here we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Oh, here we go. Bowman comes to pit road. Alex Bowman and Cindric both on pit road right now, and we're starting the cycle. Custer, Logano, Jones, Gilliland all coming to pit road. Alright, so yeah, we're just chilling out here. Wow, we got 7 people popping on in here. As Gillen finishes up his round of pit stops, we are walking back in. Again, SVG just controlling the front of this field. Out ahead by 2.5 seconds, and yeah, he is continuing to sail away. Meanwhile, the entrance to pit road is looking kind of lonely here. Oh, thought we had one. Looks like AJ Allmendinger. AJ Allmendinger, Ryan Preece both jumped to pit road. Man, I feel so terrible for Priest because he's been running so well, and he's going to get eliminated from in the first round of the challenge just because he drew SVG at a road course. And honestly, I think Reddick and Hamlin should both be considering themselves fairly lucky that Zilic didn't sneak his way in as a 32 or 31 seed. Because if he'd managed to get in here at the 32 or 31 seed, that means he would have been facing one of those two Toyotas that dominated the season. Would have added a lot of chaos there. And here we go. Here comes Briscoe and Zilic. Gonna try and draw the leader SVG to the pits here next time by. Michael McDowell joins them on pit road this time by. Come on. Caution fight now would be awesome. Keselowski hits pit road as well. Ty Dillon hits pit road. And say, Briscoe, 8.9 seconds and he's done. Zilic is gone and out the way, and now it is going to be a race to see who can get out of these pits and back up to speed first. Looks like it is going to be Briscoe having control at the front here, and Zilic is going to be trying to catch him. Mike McDowell, though, he's not all that far behind and had a very good pit stop there. Gregson, Herbst, and Ware all just jumped on the pit road here as well. So they're cruising their way through here. Alright, here we go. Nemechek jumps on the pit road. SVG came to pit road as well, so we got ourselves a pit stop from SVG. Alright, here we go. We're just chilling out here. Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, Ty Gibbs, and Christopher Bell out in front of the field. Yeah, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Man. Alright, we're still chilling this one out. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Ooh, okay. Yep, Ryan Blaney caught quite a bit of curb there and is going to drop way back. Lost the lead to Larson and second place to Gibbs. Meanwhile, here comes Christopher Bell onto the pit road, and Ty Gibbs is not pit yet. The first driver on track who has come to pit road is Shane Vangisberg in shock and surprise in ninth place. All right, here comes. So Bell's been down, made his pit stop here. Got Hamlin on pit road. Alright, here we go. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody is having a fantastic time today. Here we go. We got Larson, Gibbs, Blaney, Hocevar jumping on the pit road here. Zane Smith and Stenhouse also on pit road. We're going to start to see the pit cycle start to finish itself off here. Again, SVG going to try and control the front of the field here at the end. And the question is, where does everybody else cycle out here? So my predictions on the bracket, I had. Did I have the 19 making it through? I did have the 19 over Allmendinger. I couldn't remember if I had that one or not. So that one I actually might have taken a risk and gotten a win there because Allmendinger is a really good road racer, not an easy one to beat. McDowell over Bubba, Elliott over Gregson. A couple of the foregone conclusion ones. Hocevar over Zane Smith. I believe that one is still in the good, but we'll have to see where they cycle out. Looks like he is still to the good on that one. I got Cindric over Keselowski. Those two running nose to tail here for the in-season challenge. That one will probably stay close the rest of the day. Reddick has not gotten the laps he needed to back from Bowman, which means It's going to come down to whether or not Bowman can make it to 5 to go. If Bowman makes it to 5 to go without crashing, he will advance. If he crashes out of the race before that point, all right, then we got Byron really slow right in front of the 3 car of Dylan. Not sure if that's just a slow part of the racetrack. Hard to tell, which part of the racetrack they were in at the moment. But yeah, now you got the 1 car of Chastain out in front of the field. Currently, the only driver yet to pit. Oh wait, nope. Josh Berry is also yet to pit at the front of the field. You got 2 drivers who have yet to pit in the front few spots. Austin Hill, another one that hasn't pit recently. Busher. But once these guys start coming to pit road, we're really gonna say some of them are gonna have to bite the bullet here. Here comes Chastain. Here comes Berry and Hill as well. As they start dropping some spots. Alright, so here we go. Chastain in his pit box here. Do they have Chastain making it? Let's see. Who is Chastain's round 1? Chastain over Seabell? No, I definitely did not have Chastain over Seabell. Again, this bracket very well might look silly because of the fact that, again, I took Ty Dillon over Denny Hamlin, and I took, well, in hindsight, it'll look really silly with the Reddick not even being on the lead lap. But that was unpredictable. Eric Jones over Logano. How is that matchup doing? Let's see. Jones versus Logano. That one, Eric Jones is only 3 spots behind Logano. That one's definitely still possible for either side, although currently it is trending Logano's way. I do have Buescher over Nemechek, which I would assume that one has gone Buescher's way by this point. Only by 3 spots. That's not a lot. Alright, here we go. We got guys coming to pit road here. Oh, that was Buescher coming to pit road along with the 21 of Berry. That's not a great look. We're gonna have to wait and see here. I say, if anyone other than SCG is gonna win this race, it'll probably take a yellow flag. But I think we're probably set for the. Barring a really strange occurrence, I don't think we're getting a yellow flag at this pace. Again, we are on pace for one of our quickest cup races in recent memory. I mean, we are only about 2 hours we're about 2.5 hours into the stream, and we are cruising towards the checkered flag in a hurry. Only 20 to go. Oh, that's weird. I just noticed my leaderboard is shifted down. I don't know how long that's been a problem. Let me go ahead and refresh that, see if I can get it fixed. All right. They're coming back from commercial break. We got the 88 of Zilich up into, is that second place? Yeah, that's Zilich up to second here. Alright, there we go. That's a little tight on the top of SVG's name. There we go. That's perfect. Boop a doop. There we go. Alright, so again, we're just chilling out here inside the top 10. We got McDowell up to 6th. There we go. Gotta love seeing McDowell having a good run. Ty Gibbs on track for a top 5 after sweeping the stages. He legitimately might earn the most points on the day, although with the added points for the win, SVG is definitely not is not out of the highest points of the day contenders. Alright, here we go. Let's see what we got. 19 to go here. Again, we're cruising here. SVG's advantage is only a second or so. And say Briscoe's caught the back. Sorry, I must have thought that was Zilich earlier. That is SVG barely ahead of the 19 of Briscoe. I thought that was Zilich who had passed Briscoe, but no, I was wrong. Zilich is back there with Larson. And that is the number 97 Red Bull machine out in front of the field. But not by much, because again, Briscoe's breathing down his neck here for this spot. So Nemechek has passed Chris Buescher. That one could end up ruining the running position for a lot of people on the in-season challenge. Because there's no real funny reason why it would be. I gotta fix this leaderboard again because once again I got screwed up. Alright, let's see. Yeah, so if Buescher gets eliminated, that's a big one that I got wrong. Daniel Suarez over Gillen, that would be another one I got wrong. A lot of these I think I got right, but the problem is even just one wrong busts the bracket. So as of right now, I've got one wrong, 2 wrong, 3 wrong, 3 wrong, 4 wrong. All right, I got 4 out of 16 currently wrong. So I'm I got 75% of my bracket correct. If the race were to end right now, and if we get Bowman to wreck while he's running inside the top 10, yeah, Bowman could just crash out of the race. That'd be we'd be down to only 3. Not to mention the restart might shake some of those in my favor. So I think really the only one that isn't are there any that are just way too far apart? Like, all right, aside from Bowman and Reddick, are there any that are too far apart? Ooh, we got Eric Jones battling with Joey Logano for the spot. Only 0.3 of a second separating the two. Going for it. They're highlighting the Keselowski versus Cindric matchup, which is already in my favor, and I don't really want that to change. We got Jones versus Logano, though. Logano holding on to that spot over Eric Jones. I need that to flip. Chris Buescher and John Hunter Nemechek only separated by 1 spot here back in 26th and 27th, dueling it out for that spot. And Todd Gillen now ahead of Daniel Suarez, as Suarez has come to pit road, so that might actually legitimately cycle it down to where I've only got like 1 or 2 wrong, which would be an insane statistic right about now to see if I get all 16 right, that would be by the end of the night. That would be insane. But again, it would take an Alex Bowman crash at this point, or a real wreckfest to start. And a real wreckfest makes it really uncontrollable to keep everything else the exact way it's running. So I just need like Bowman to blow a motor or something. something inconsequential to the rest of the race, but that will still put Bowman behind Reddick. All right, so we got ourselves a pretty good battle. We got some pretty good battles going on around the track. Some of them for the in-season challenge, some of them for other things going on. This might be Shane's race. Yeah, again, Shane Mingesbergen. I think we all kind of go into road courses at this point, thinking, yeah, as a SVG is just one of the best road course racers in the entire world, and there is very little that can be done to try and upstage that. For whatever reason, Circuit of the Americas is his kryptonite, and then last week he got wrecked out, but here we go. Gibbs versus Illich for the fourth position. They're showing this one off here. Ty Gibbs out in front of the field, or out in, as they trying to run down Connor Zilic here. But Zilic is also running down Larson just a little bit here. We're going to have to wait and see how this one plays out over the remainder of the race. 7 people watching. We got under. They were coming down to almost 10 to go here. Alright, here we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Alright, come on. Let's see. Show us the green, so the no commercial breaks to the end of the race graphic. Come on. Oh, Brian Keselowski makes a big move on Cindric. Keselowski with a major move here on Austin Cindric. There we go. We're going to throw one last round of ads in there for you guys. As I will go in and actually turn off. No, we'll just manually make sure that they don't throw any more ads in. So we have put a freeze on ads for the remainder of the race. Hopefully the broadcast will do that too. We got 13 to go here. But yeah, so again, SVG. Zilic starting to get on. As I say, Gibbs did get by Zilic there for fourth, putting Zilic back to the fifth position. But Zilic, I think, would more than be happy with a fifth place finish, given the fact he hasn't gotten the top 10 yet in his career. All right, so here we go. Denny Hamlin versus Ty Dillon. They're showing this one off. Denny Hamlin's going to try and march to the front here, see if he can avoid getting eliminated by Ty Dillon again this year. But he's got two more drivers to get by before he can even start to look at Ty Dillon. Although again, he's got about 10 laps to do it. He has the time. It's just a matter of whether or not he can keep it clean and keep it all the way to the floor. Because right now, Ty Gibbs is. Oh, did Ty Gibbs just give up those two spots? Oh boy, if Ty Gibbs just gave up, or not Ty Gibbs, Ty Dillon just gave up those two spots, he's now gonna have to single-handedly hold off Denny Hamlin here. They're showing off the Bowman battle. There's no battle there. Again, if Bowman can just complete the next 3 or 4 laps here. I definitely didn't. I had Bowman, or I had Reddick going all the way to the semifinals. So Bowman here to bust a lot of brackets, I think. But yeah, there we go. 10 to go. And hey, Briscoe is right there. This race ain't over yet. SVG has not won this thing quite yet here. I'm gonna say Briscoe is keeping him honest here, running him down. I'm gonna say so far SVG has led 65 laps en route to this first place finish, but he's got to finish it off. He's got 10 to go. 10 more times around. Can SVG avoid choking at the very last moment? Not sure who that lap car is that they're coming up to lap. That would be Suarez. Oh boy, the guy who actually previously drove both of those cars. Because Suarez for a while drove the 19 for Joe Gibbs Racing, and he drove the third car for the 90 something for Trackhouse. Obviously, it's now 97. Used to be 99, but. And I'd say that is 2 cars that Daniel Suarez has a somewhat complicated history with. And we'll have to keep an eye on this one. Zillage or Gibbs versus Austin Dillon. That is not even a question at this point for the. What do you want me to do? I need you to push it. Needs the last 10 laps. Got to push it here. Again, right now, Ty Gibbs is hanging on to a really good points position. So if he can just hang on and finish this one out, it'll be insane if he can get it done here. There we go. Okay, we're chilling here, though. Again, this race has been a really good one, all things considered. Oh, I just saw SVG and Larson have both stepped up. A lot of people have stepped up their lap times here. Say SVG isn't even the fastest lap of the day. I believe that is now Larson. Let's see. Is it Larson? Larson is not the fastest lap of the day. Oh, Reddick. Wow. Tyler Reddick has the fastest lap of the day. I say Reddick's doing a lot of hard work here. All right, let's see. In-season tournament brackets. If I have just one wrong, if my only one wrong is Reddick, that'll be annoying. I've got Denny nope, Denny Hamlin's past Ty Dillon, so that one's going to be wrong probably. Cindric hasn't been able to get back past Brad Keselowski. Okay, it's all kind of starting to fall a little bit apart here down the stretch. Alright, there we go. Yeah, so it looks like the in-season tournament bracket's kind of falling apart here for me, but here we go. We got Briscoe sneaking his way by, and now they're starting to come up again with the 7 of Suarez here. The 7 of Daniel Suarez hanging on to this one. Only 6 laps to go. Come on, guys. Zillage has dropped outside the top 5. Again, I don't think he cares as long as he gets his first career top 10. I think he'll count it a successful day. Bowman's still hanging on to that top 10. Maybe a restart now is what we need. Bowman, you want to go ahead and crash now? Alright, let's go ahead and delay ads again. We're going to keep these ads delayed for you guys. As I said, we're not going to another ad break the rest of the race. I don't care if NASCAR decides to go ahead and do it, but as I say, we're going to keep it caution commercial free here, barring a caution. If we get a caution, maybe I'll throw one in, but we won't miss a lap of green flag racing here to the end. 5 laps to go. Again, Briscoe doing everything he can to try and stay close to the 97, but it is definitely tough to stay close here. Alright, so now we aren't overly worried about the in-season tournament, because I think that my bracket's almost certainly busted between Denny Hamlin doing well and Alex Bowman not crashing. Tyler Reddick, a 94.5 mile an hour lap. That's 4/10 better than SVG's best lap of the day. That's an insane lap time. Ty Gibbs and Larson dueling it out for 3rd and 4th here. Ty Gibbs all over Larson's rear bumper as they head up the hill toward, and here we go, down into the, down in the final hairpin. There we go. Just trying to figure out what part of the course they were at. And there we go. Ty Gibbs up the inside, just dives it on in there, gets it done. And we're on track for a very quick NASCAR Cup Series race. I mean, we are astonishingly quick. We might be done this stream in 3 hours. Alright, so here we go. 4 laps to go. SVG out in front of the field by 1.5 seconds here. He is starting to stretch it right back out again. So looks like SVG is probably going to be able to hang on to win this one, but again, Briscoe is trying to do everything in his power to keep it close here. And in fact, there are no cars in between them, and there's a couple of lap cars in front of SVG that might make this tough. Daniel Suarez still hanging on to that lead lap just barely, while Austin Hill and Ty Dillon have both gone down a lap. And by the way, this race is essentially officially over for Tyler Reddick, as he is now 4 laps down with under 4 to go. And here we go. Rounding these corners. 0.8 of a second out in front. SVG. Here comes Briscoe. There we go. This is the kind of race that we like. A nice long green flag run. And it all comes down to this. 2 to go at the line. A hairpin and 2 laps remain. And we got side by side in front of the leaders here. The battle between the 51 Aware and the 7 car Suarez. And here we go through the hairpin. It's down to about 0.8 of a second here. Briscoe comes across the line. Officially, it's going to be 0.87 short of short of the 97 of SVG. SVG, though, getting caught up behind Cody Ware as they climb the hill towards turns through 3, through 4. As they heading down towards turn 4A here, down into this one, through the NASCAR chute. And now you're going to hit turn 4B here at the with one of the better braking zones. Unfortunately, not able to pass in that zone. Wasn't able to get by Zillett. Or not Zillage, that's SVG in this zone. But SVG, the 97, is still out in front and continues to try and drive away from the 19. The 19, though, keeping this incredibly close. 5/6 of a second here at the moment. So here we go, down into the hairpin for the second to last time of the day. We're going to see the white flag this time by. 1 lap to go. It's all on this 1 lap here. Shane Van Gisbergen has been holding off the 19 car. He just needs to hold him off for 1 more lap to reclaim his crown and win the weekend as he won yesterday's O'Reilly Series race with authority. Now he has to hold off Chase Briscoe, one of the best road racers in the Cup Series field, to try and secure a weekend sweep here at the Sonoma Raceway. Winning 2 races on the weekend. Down through the NASCAR chute into one of the braking zones. Not able to get there quite yet. 0.3 of a second it was down to through that corner. Now down the backstretch S's. You've got a couple of corners to try and build some speed, Briscoe. You need to outbrake him into the hairpin. That is going to be your last shot to get it. Down, here we go, into turn 10, one of the fastest corners on the racetrack. And now, it's all or nothing here. Into the final hairpin. Can Briscoe get it? To the back bumper. Gets to the back bumper of SVG. Not able to complete the pass. Shane Van Gisbergen off the final corner. SVG is your race winner at Sonoma for the NASCAR Cup Series. Briscoe second. Third will be Ty Gibbs. Does not out-earn SVG on points today. Larson fourth. Fifth will be Bell. Waiting for the rest of them to come across the line here. Blaney was a lot further back, it looks like. Oh, wow. There was like a 10-second gap there. Blaney, 6th. 7th will be Zillich. 8th is Ryan Priest. 9th, Michael McDowell. And Alex Bowen comes home in 10th to eliminate my bracket from the bracket challenge. If you guys did just come for the race reaction, that is obviously the end of the race. But as per usual, we will be going ahead and going through the full finishing order. So if you want to hear where your favorite driver finished, we will be going through that. SVG shortest amount of road course starts to get to 8 road course wins, which shock and surprise with the pace he's on. He's going to be signing that rugby ball and punting that thing into the crowd. But yeah, as per usual, we will go through the full finishing order here. Love seeing SVG get that win, though. So yeah, SVG gets the win, dominating fashion. Enough said, we've been over that. Briscoe put on a really good fight, just needed to dive a little deeper into turn 11, just not close enough to make it happen. Again, he tried everything he could. Ty Gibbs, a valiant effort in third place, earned a lot of stage points and made up a great amount of spots there. Should hopefully be able to pad a points lead in the points over Kyle Larson. Although Kyle Larson in fourth earned some decent points as well, but no stage points, I don't think, for Larson. Then you got Christopher Bell fifth, sixth was Ryan Blaney, seventh we went over it was Zilich, eighth Ryan Priest, ninth Michael McDowell, 10th was Alex Bowman. Shout out Carson Hocevar with an 11th place finish. Great job, Hocevar. William Byron 12th. 13th is where we find Austin Cindric beating Brad Keselowski. There we go. Ross Chastain 14th. 15th will be Brad Keselowski. 16th, AJ Allmendinger. 17th is where we find Chase Elliott. 18th, Zane Smith. 19th, Chris Buescher. And rounding out the top 20 will be Cole Custer. 21st is going to be Ricky Stenhouse Jr. An awesome burnout there for SVG, doing some insane burnouts. The crew guys getting some great videos there for social media. As, yeah, that burnout is massive, and he has long enough arms to be able to high-five him. But yeah, Stenhouse comes home 21st, 22nd for Bubba Wallace. 23rd will be Eric Jones tonight, as he beats Joey Logano by one spot to advance to the next round of the $1 Million Challenge. Joey Logano comes home 24th. 25th will be John Hunter Nemechek. Denny Hamlin survives round one this time and ends up eliminating last year's runner-up in Ty Dillon, from the challenge. Austin Dillon gets eliminated by Ty Gibbs after a 27th place finish. 28th for Josh Berry. 29th for Todd Gilliland. I don't think that was good enough to advance. I don't remember who his opponent was. But Todd Gilliland comes home short. Then you got Riley Herbst 30th. 31st for Daniel Suarez. 32nd for Noah Gragson. 33rd, Cody Ware. Austin Hill comes home 34th. 35th will be where we find Ty Dillon. And then 34th, a couple laps down after a mechanical issue, Tyler Reddick will bring up the rear of the field. And the number one seed for in back-to-back years, the number one seed misses the round, the second round of the in-season challenge. What a performance, though, from SVG. Led 74 out of 110 laps. What an incredible day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy this video, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new, so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. But until next time, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next video. Live stream, whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your night. Have a great night, everybody, and goodbye!